Is AI secretly targeting Christian prophecy channels? The answer is yes, but not just Christian channels. Well, how do I know this? Well, because one of them just tried to buy the data of the Nelson Walters channel for what I consider a staggering sum of money. First, a clarification, I didn't even respond to them, and will continue to tell them no if I get pestered. We will not sell our souls for 30 pieces of silver. But I am sure I am not the only channel being targeted, and I know other large channels watch our videos for ideas that they can incorporate into their videos. So, if you are listening and have a large channel, my advice is run. Don't just walk away from this offer. God has given you access to your audience. It is not of your own ability. Do not sell that for any price. This is Bible teacher Nelson Walters, and today we're examining why a company would offer the equivalent of what we have earned from the royalties of all 9 of my books over my entire 12-year career for just the rights to mine the data in our videos. When I saw their email, and it was a legitimate company, I had to sit up and take notice. I knew instantly I wouldn't sell our data or cooperate with AI in any way, but I had to ask myself, why are they doing this? The answer is very simple in my mind: to train their AI on the Nelson channel. My voice, my face, our topics, our style of presentation, in order that corrupted, non-biblical ideas could be presented to you on similar channels that they would set up. So, in other words, what they're trying to buy is you, our audience. Who knows? Maybe with my voice and face, a deep fake, and maybe without that. But you might ask us, why? In the world of YouTube, we are a small potato, and the channel really makes next to nothing. Why create other no-profit channels? It's not a financial move on their part. It's a content move. They must want to control the information and the message. And we're going to tell you how they're going to do that in a second. Plus, they are almost assuredly non-Christians. Their CEO is a Muslim. They need to know what kind of message and presentation influences Christians in terms of how Bible prophecy should be interpreted and presented. In my opinion, that's why they want to mine and copy, so that they can present non-biblical ideas the same way biblical ideas are presented. So the next question is, why now? Well, if we're correct that the tribulation started last fall on the Feast of Trumpets with a 90-nation alliance strengthening the covenant, with the fulfillment of that taking place this summer with the dividing of Israel and the formation of a Palestinian state in June. So, if we're correct about the tribulation, that means we have just a little more than 3 years until the rise of the man of sin, the Antichrist. And the amount of deception that has to take place before that is astronomical. So, they're working on it, in my opinion. If there was ever a time to deceive the saints, now is the time. But if they don't know how to reach the saints with the truth, they also don't really know what the truth is. Without the Holy Spirit, none of the material we or the other channels present make any sense to them. But they know the messages they want to get across to Christians and what they are. They know the message that will support their globalist agenda, and they want to present them in a way that Christians will buy into. That's why I'm pretty sure they will be approaching all the prophecy channels, that have maybe 100,000 or more subscribers with this offer that they believe will be too good for us to pass up. They said they allocated $35 million for channels like that. That's 1,000 channels like ours. So if you're about to comment, "Hey, Nelson, they're targeting you because you understand the Bible," well, thanks. But I don't think that's why. It was interesting that when I received the emails from these folks, yes, I've got multiple emails from them. I didn't respond, but I've gotten several. They knew a lot about our channel, our focus on eschatology, our subscriber count, the hours people have listened to our videos, likes, comments, etc. I think they targeted our channel because of the response we get from listeners, not necessarily the quality of our biblical opinions. And they got that data from somebody, not from us. That data is also not publicly available, not all of it anyway. I don't know who, but somebody who has access to our data provided it for them. So what does this mean for the future? Because that's really more important. Before we get to that, though, after getting these emails, I found out that the AI companies often purchase the rights to mine data from popular YouTube channels. I didn't know that. And they do it for a couple reasons. First, they will tell you that the AI companies are acquiring YouTube content for voice training, and they leverage it for text, video, and chatbot models. YouTube features long-form discussions, interviews, QA sessions, stuff like that, ideal to train AI to understand human dialogue. So, there is truth to that, I believe. But the price they're paying for this training, what they were offering us, is way overpriced. They want it for other reasons. They will also tell you they do it for legal protection. While AI companies can scrape or steal publicly available data, doing so without permission can lead to legal and ethical issues, especially with YouTube and YouTube's terms of service that prohibit doing that sort of thing. YouTube might even ban the eventual AI company's IPs, forcing them to start over from scratch if they got caught. By purchasing the rights, the AI company then legally can use the data for their training programs without the risk of being forced to take their new prophecy-based channels down if they get caught. Yes, I said new prophecy channels. Their ultimate idea then is to train their AI in what works, to train them in what they think makes you watch this channel and others like it. So in a nutshell, I think their motive is to create a multitude of prophecy channels or conservative channels to compete with the ones that are out there now, compete for viewership. If they clone the ideas, voice inflections, titles, etc., everything that makes a channel, they can create multiple knockoff channels that spout biblical, unsound doctrine. Now, here are some ideas why they might do this. As I said, the financial return on smaller channels like ours is nothing. So they wouldn't be doing it for money. They would be doing it to control the message. The big prize is their takeover of the world, politically and economically. Now, that's worth doing. They only care about YouTube channels as a form of propaganda, in my opinion. And they will target channels that oppose their scheme, be that conservative, Christian, whatever. I doubt they are aiming just at Christian channels. They might create a deepfake Nelson channel, with my exact face, my voice, my type of topics. And if you ever see one, please let me know. But I think a safer path for them is to provide a deepfake Nelson channel with everything that makes us special, but with a different face and a different voice. It would be a similar voice in that it would have the same inflections. We would talk about the same topics, the same organizational structure to our videos, but without the biblical truth. But it would be a younger, more handsome lead person with a better voice. If you put out enough of these deepfake channels, you could overwhelm the airways, so to speak, with your message. It is a form of censorship, but not by restricting the existing channels, but by outcompeting them and dominating the YouTube algorithm. If you were planning to take over governments of the world, you would do just about anything that was needed. And doing what we just talked about would be a very useful thing to undertake. To create a social media ministry of truth, so to speak, to flood the bandwidth with their own message. I think it's been shocking how fast AI is developing and taking over. I think we are only a matter of months away from a situation where corporately controlled channels that are AI driven, that means content and visuals, begin to pop up. Right now, you could spot an AI content a mile away. But by the end of the year, I'm betting it's going to advance so fast you won't be able to tell the difference between a human and a bot. And eventually, their voices will drown out the voices of truth. That's what I'm betting this is all about. And that's why I wanted to let you know as a channel what was happening. Because we're all in this together, and you have every right to know that this kind of thing is going on. And this brings us to a very interesting question. Is modern AI being programmed with the Antichrist spirit? In other words, when the AI is being created and being taught, is it being taught by the Antichrist spirit that is in the world today? Well, if you want to find out, click right here to keep watching and discover what the globalists are already doing and how AI's deep learning is helping them do it faster. And is the Antichrist behind it all, or at least his spirit? Till then, this is Nelson, and I'll see you there.